What's going on, guys? It's Josh with Graded Investors, back at it again. So today we are talking about how to post cards on eBay. We got a few guys who have come up to me and said, hey, Josh, we're looking to change it up in 2023. We want to post more cards on eBay for sale. So today I'm going to show you guys again my process. We've talked about this before, but today I want to get a little deeper into, how to take a good picture, how to make sure things look straight, all the things that it takes to sell well on eBay or wherever you choose to sell. So if you guys have questions, drop them in the links or drop them in the comments down below. We're here to help out. We want to make sure that you guys have a great experience when you're selling on eBay. There are some things that come up, but let's talk about them next. Let's go. All right, guys, so real quick, this is kind of just to show you the mess, my layout. You can see that I got my keyboard here. I've got my monitor behind there. I've got all the cards laid out. We do have Graded Investors. If you guys are interested in getting one of these, I can get one out to you. Also for the community, if anybody is interested in a Graded Investors card stand, we can get this out to you as well. A little different look, but it's something that, if you're a part of the community, the Graded Investors isn't Josh. Josh is a part of it, just like you are. So if you're interested in something like this, I can get these out to you. Graded card stands, or a card stand of sorts, is a great way to show off your cards. It gives it a little level of professionalism, which is great. Also gives you a way to take the photo. But let's jump right into it. So first things first, you're going to have your cards, right? So I've already selected my cards. What I've started doing is I'm putting them in card saver ones. The reason I'm putting them in card saver ones is it makes it a lot easier for me to stack them into the box. You can see that the card savers are here. They take considerably less room than any cards in like top loaders. Top loaders are a little bit thicker and they don't necessarily sit as nicely in there, but I can stack a lot more of the cards in these card savers into the box, if that makes sense. So it's just one thing that I'm doing to give myself a little bit more space with my cards. And then the second thing is I'm getting these boxes. These are graded card boxes. I'm going to put a link to where you can get 25 of them. I believe that's like 80 bucks plus tax off of Amazon. Really, really good way to go, in my opinion. So first things first, we're looking at a 2021-22, I believe. And this is photogenic. It is a Julius Randle. Just showing you guys the card. It's a Julius Randle. So I'm going to show you guys what we do. First things, let's jump into eBay real quick. So here we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in 2021-22 photogenic. I do find that using the number of the card is super helpful. The number of the card is 70, and then I'm just going to type in Randall. It's not that important to put first and last name. Last name will usually pull it up. When you scroll down on the left side here, you're going to see sold items, right? So click this, sold items. That's going to bring up recent sales, okay? So we're looking at the card here. This is the Diamond Anniversary out of 75. That's not the one we're looking for. We're looking for this basic Julius Randle, right? It's just a basic Julius Randle. Perfect. What we're going to do is click sell one like this. What that's going to do is it's going to populate an eBay posting. Now you can look it over, make sure it's what you like. I personally don't like people to feel like I'm yelling at them, so I'm going to change this over to just having it be lowercase. I don't mind if his name's in uppercase, just for, I don't know, to look, to be able to see it better. NBA basketball, I don't love that, but I'm not sure what I would put in place. One important thing is if you have 80 total characters, use them all. So this is for search right here. So just so you guys know, if you're looking for a card and you type in whatever you type in for, it's looking for what will be here in the title. So do make sure you use as much of it as possible, any identifying things that you can throw in. I also have an eBay post notepad. This is what I like for my eBay posts. So I click Control-A, Control-C, copy that and close it. We're going to scroll through here. It says Julius Randle, none. The reason I do this on a PC is far faster. So we're going to delete this. It's not autographed, so it's not authenticated. Card name, I don't love saying it's a base. It is, but like people know that it's not important. 21, I think technically it was in 22, but it doesn't matter that much. I don't know why I clicked NBA Finals, but it's an NBA card, so that's fine. a huge deal. Holographic foil. I'm going to remove that. It doesn't have holographic foil. Always click in that it's used. It's just, you know, it's been open. So for me, I put in check out our store, and I put a link to our store. That way, if people do want to see more, they can. Again, the main reason I do this on a PC versus my phone, I can do this way faster here, and then I'll show you guys how we switch back over to the phone. At this point, if you want to auction it, you can set up a 5-day, 7-day. You can set up the buy it now starting bid. In my opinion, if you've got a hot card, like say for example, I'm just going to use Brock Purdy. Whether you're watching this video 6 months from now or you're watching it when it goes up in a few days, you can start a Brock Purdy card or whatever the hot card is at $1. You do not need a reserve price. You know, you can do 7 days, 5 or 7 days for no additional cost. If you do go up to 10 days, for example, there is an additional fee. And if you go down to 1 day, there is an additional fee, and there's a fee on 3 days as well. So typically I would set it up as a 7-day auction. Now, schedule your listing. This is a very, very overvalued, in my opinion, use. Let me make this screen a little smaller so you guys can see this better. Give me 1 second. That screen was very blown up, so give me 1 second. Let me square this up. Perfect. All right, there you guys go. So you can see everything a little bit better. Let me squeeze that out. No reason to see the bottom. There we go. Boom. Cool. All right, so looking here, scheduling your listing is really undervalued. I don't think people realize how good this is. So let's click this. If I was going to do it today, right, which is the 25th, but I want it to end on a Sunday, because, for example, football cards do better on a Sunday. So I can either start it today on a 3-day. Actually, I would have to start it tomorrow on a 3-day to end on Sunday, right? 1 day, 2 day, ends on the 3rd. Or I can start it the following Sunday on a 7-day. And then if I know Brock Purdy plays, you know, a 4 o'clock game, I can set that. It charges me 10 cents. In my opinion, time of day is hugely important. So if you're doing this at like midnight, you don't really want these cards to run at midnight. You want to set them up to run when you want them to run. And so whether you set them up a week from now or today immediately, you can do that. For me, I have break shipment, which is a $5. So we'll look at the shipping policy really quick. If you guys have questions about how to set these up, please let me know. But it's got $5 for the first one. Each additional is only $1. I put my handling time at 10 business days. It's just something I do to make sure I'm never late on shipping. Typically, I get cards out in 2 or 3 days, but I just put 10 days to give myself the time. eBay doesn't like it, but at the end of the day, their system doesn't ding me. So then I've also got 4-day hold, $20 and under for $1, right? So that's, again, a shipping option. I named it that. It's not the name of it, but $1 and then $1 for additional. So it gets you down to that $1 shipping. If you guys have questions on how to ship $1 items, I've made a video on that. I'll definitely make a newer one if you guys want to see. But for a card like this, I would name it that. 4 ounces is what you can ship to at the lowest price. So the lowest price is from 1 to 4 ounces. Next price is up to 8 ounces. Next price is up to 12 ounces. So just to keep it simple, that is the way the post office works. So if you know it's going to be under 4 ounces, I just round it off at 4 ounces. They charge the same for 4 ounces, 3 ounces, 2 ounces, 1 ounce. Doesn't matter. It's the same price. And then upwards, it's 5 ounces, 6 ounces, 7 ounces, 8 ounces, all charged at that 8 ounce value. So it's better just to round it off every 4 ounces. Then for me, I ship in 9-inch by 5-inch by 1-inch mailers. And so at this point, you can see it's going to cost me 25 cents to insert. That's the 15-cent insert fee and the 10-cent timing fee, okay, for me to set up the timing. Now, this particular card that I'm actually selling is a Julius Randle. I don't believe it's going to sell quickly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this as a buy it now. So I'm just basically pricing this like in my eBay store. It's not in an auction. It does show up in the auctions. People can search it, but it's meant to be sold at any given time for a set price. The Julius Randle, you guys saw, they're mostly selling for a few bucks. So I just mark it at $5, minimum offer $2. The reason I do that is, for me, I don't really want to sell cards for $1. If somebody wanted to buy 3 or 4, they could message me, but there's not a ton of value in selling it for $1. I'd almost rather keep it for $1, but $2 is reasonable, and usually you can get an offer at some point for $2. especially considering that I do $1 shipping and I take really good care of people. So they know that this is a solid card if they're buying it from me, directly into a sleeve, into the top loader, or in this case, into the card saver, and it's going to be shipped safely. So I don't worry about it. Just put it up for $2. If you want to put the minimum offer at $1, you can put this price lower. You can price the way you want to make sure things sell. I turned off schedule your listing because I don't want to schedule it out. At this point, I'm going to click save for later. Okay. Super simple process, and you can see I'm loading up a bunch of cards to get them ready to sell. And then back here, all the way at the end, this is my break draft, just so I have those ready already. So here's what I'm going to do next. Let's jump over to. So this is now what it looks like. So I've got the card there. I'm going to pull out my smartphone. Okay, so here's my phone. We'll go ahead and log in. Maybe. Doesn't accept my face. Just kidding. All right. So you're going to click into eBay. Now at this point, we have our selling tab. And you guys can see that photogenic Randall is right there. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and pop that open. Now, taking pictures seems simple. Make sure you take a picture where as much of the card fills the picture as possible, right? So what I do is I typically zoom in, and you guys can kind of sort of see it, but I will show you guys. And that's the photo I'm going to take right there. Oops. Let me just take a front and back, and then I'll show them both to you guys. So you're going to take the front, you're going to take the back. For me, I make sure the GradedInvestors logo is in there. I make sure they can see the card. Again, if anybody wants one of those, I'm totally into it. I want the community to be able to post and say that they're a part of the GradedInvestors community. If you guys want to do that, I think it's awesome. So you can see that it's all the card. I've got a bunch of cards in the background to be kind of a background for it if you want to. You can use the magic thing to pull out the background. I personally like the background. It just shows that, you know, this is kind of what we do. So that's the front picture. Again, full card, does have the logo there, but very tight. You can see it well. At this point, very easy, right? So we've got everything in. I already had it priced. The description's already in. Everything's done. I now list my item and I'm done. That's how quick it is to post a card. But what I do is I load up a bunch of cards at a time, 20, 30 cards at a time on my computer, and then I can just use my phone and do the photos of the cards on the phone. Makes it super, super easy in my opinion and fast. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. But just to give you guys a couple quick tips. Tip number one, right? Make sure when you're taking photos, take a photo of the full card. Make sure the card fills up the picture, the whole thing, as much as possible, right? You want to be able to see the whole card. People like to see the corners. They want to see the corners. They want to see the edges. They want to see the photo on the card well, right? Think about what you look for when you're scrolling through photos. If somebody takes a photo where the card is sideways, even though it's a portrait, right? So there's portrait and landscape. Landscape is left to right. That's kind of the sideways card. If it's laying sideways, but it's a portrait card, right? The up and down, I mean, that's hard for me to look at. Now I got to twist my thing and try to look at it. I may not bid on your card. I may not buy your card just because that's annoying, and I'll just move on to the next one. I've done it. Maybe you have. So make sure you take a great picture. Makes you look professional, makes the card look good, makes it easy for people to see. I've also had people show me that they're selling 4 or 5 card lots. I highly suggest selling the cards by themselves. You're going to get a little bit more money, and if somebody does want to buy, they go, hey, I see you have 5 of these. Would you make me a deal on that? I get those messages on occasion. Make them a deal. Makes sense, right? Message me for a deal. You can even put in your description. If you're interested in buy a few, message me an offer, right? You can put in anything you want into that description to make sure people understand that, like, you know, prices are negotiable. I have the prices set so that the card's out there. So the second big tip I want you guys to walk away with. So 1, take a great picture. 2, post your cards, right? We all have PC cards. You guys are going to see back here. I'm going to build out a really cool PC spot where I'm going to showcase my cards, LED, the whole thing. I've got a plan. I'm still working on how it's going to go together. But your PC cards, obviously you're not selling, right? I would assume, because they're a part of your personal collection. But we all have cards that you go, not really my card. So here's an example. Jordan Davis, right? It's a nice card. It's Jordan Davis. He's a rookie for the Eagles. It's not my card, right? I'm not an Eagles guy. I'm not a Jordan Davis guy. I've got no emotional connection to that card whatsoever. It's not worth a lot. right? It's worth maybe $1, $2, nothing crazy. So I'll probably put it up for $3, $1 offer, $1 ship, right? See what people offer me. If I can get $2 out of it, awesome. If somebody offers me $1, no problem. The way I look at it is this though. If I sell 50 of those cards, now I got $50, even at $1 a piece. Now I can take that $50 and I can go chase down the next Randy Moss I want. Or maybe I can get closer to $100, pick up another AP auto. I've been picking up 80 AP autos for $80 to $120. Love having them in the collection. Makes me feel good. Love them in the collection. So one thing, again, tip number 2, if you don't love it, sell it. Get it posted. There's nothing that hurts you by having the card posted and letting people put in offers. It doesn't really cost much to have it posted in your store, if anything. And you can set up a low-key store, just a level 1 store. It's like $20 a month if you're selling enough cards. If you're not, don't worry about that. Just do it for free and see how you sell. But if you start selling well, you can do that. So those are my 2 big tips. Tip number 1, make sure you take a great photo. Tip number 2, start posting cards. There's no reason not to. And if you guys do, we do have links in the description down below. We got a Facebook group. If you guys post it in the Facebook group, our guys in the group are going to like and follow your card, right? There's a heart that you can click to follow the card. We're all trying to do that for each other this year. Help each other out so that you get more eyes on your card, which will trigger the algorithm to show that card off to more people. So we're here to help you out. We want to see you be successful. Appreciate you guys checking out the video. If you guys have any questions, do drop them in the comments. I'm going to look at them. I love to read the comments. I appreciate the community. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us, rocking with us, doing the breaks, sending your cards in for PSA, asking great eBay questions. We just want to make sure that you guys have a great experience. I want to make sure that this hobby continues to thrive. We're contemplating opening up a card shop. We got a lot of interesting things happening in the future. But for now, I want to answer you guys' questions. So put a comment in the comments section. I will go ahead and respond to every single one of those. I appreciate you guys taking the time. Let's have a wonderful 2023. We'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out.